everybody. Today I'm going to answer some of your questions. I have 11 questions so far, and I think I can answer them all in one video. It might be a long video, but I'm thinking I will answer them now and then probably do another one maybe towards the end of the month. So first of all, thanks for all your questions. I was kind of shocked I got that many. And second of all, most of them are Disney related. So I wanted to ask you guys, is that how you found my channel, was by Disney? Or how did you find my channel? Or what makes you keep coming back? Because I started this channel as like a vlogging mom type of channel. And it seems to have morphed into a like Disney channel, Disney advice, you know, anything like that. Which is funny to me. And also on that note, the Disney note, I started a blog in August. I just started adding to it, and I'm just really just kind of brain dumping some general information that's pretty much out there anyways, but it's questions that people ask me all the time as they know that I love Disney and, you know, helping plan a vacation and stuff like that. I'm not a Disney agent or anything like that, but it's just like tips that I've learned along the way. It's called Planning for Disney World. It's on WordPress, but it's planningfordisneyworld.com. And I actually have a Facebook page on there as well, planningfordisneyworld.com. So just wanted to throw that out there. And it should be linked in the down bar below all the time as well. So let's get into the questions. I'm going to start off with all the Disney questions. I'll do non-Disney questions first. So Natalie G asked, are you doing a 2016 budget video? And I enjoy those. I did like a hopes and goals video, and it kind of dips into like how we pay for things, but I'm not going to do like a strict sit down Disney budget video or general budget video for 2016. Not much has changed. We really are just trying to live frugally. We're trying to, you know, coupon and shop sales and stuff like that as much as possible. Trying to use our wood stove as much as possible to save on our electric bills. We're actually cutting cable to save on that bill. For us to have the services we have now, it's $141 a month, and we have like a fairly basic cable package and internet, and we're dropping that down to $50 a month. The kids tend to just want to watch on demand anyway, so we're just gonna do some like Netflix and Hulu and stuff like that. But in general, we're just really frugal. We're really cheap. We don't live above our means. We don't have any credit card debt, and that's just what we're doing this year. Our main goal is to pay off. I have some little student loans that I'm trying to pay off so that we have one big student loan left, and do some home projects. And it's just really a matter of take your paycheck, budget on like a lower amount of your paycheck, put as much as you can into savings, pay your bills, have a little bit to live on, and live frugally, live smart. Don't go out all the time. Don't put your kids in a million sports. That's just the motto that we follow. This Mom's Tale asked, hi Amanda, I want to know how has your YouTube experience changed or benefited your life? And would you go back and change anything if you could? I don't think it's changed my life in any way because I'm not a big YouTuber. I don't even have 3,000 subscribers. However, I will say that I feel blessed that I got to meet, if that's even a word, so many awesome people that share similar interests to me, or I feel that I know them because I watch their channels, or they constantly comment on mine, or, you know, things of that nature. I feel that it's a really nice way to have a community when you are a stay-at-home mom, and it does get kind of lonely. You know, I'm not one that's like misplay date mom and wants to have people over at her house all the time and stuff like that. So it's nice to kind of have like that outlet to, you know, people to talk to, people to vent to. And then it's nice to also have, you know, the people that support you and your family and your children. It's always nice to have more people on your team, you know, if that makes any sense at all. But I don't think it's changed me in any ways. I do kind of like think through a camera now. Like if we're doing something or the kids do something cute, I'm like, dang it. I'm like, I wish I got that on camera, because I love looking back at all the memories that we have now. You know, pictures are great, but I think movies are fun just to hear the way the kids' voices were and how they've changed, or hear the way that they talk or the way that they phrase things, or just how they act or in general. Or, you know, when you're having a really crappy day and your kids are fighting, like that you really think that they're going to try to kill one another, and then you see a cute video where they were all getting along and they were all being sweet. It's those moments that I'm really glad I filmed. I'm glad I do YouTube. I'm glad that I have the memories that I have. I'm glad that I can sit down and talk to somebody and You know, I've had notes and messages and stuff like that where people say, you know what, I was going through a bad time, and sometimes watching you just was kind of my breath of fresh air for the day. And I think that's awesome, because I felt that way with certain YouTubers. So, I don't think it's changed me or the way I think or anything, but I'm glad I do it. I'm glad that I have the memories. Alright, Sweet Potato Pie 84 asks, what does your husband do for a living? My husband's a foreman mechanic, so he's like the head mechanic at a shop, and he's done that all of his life, and that's what he does, and he's in a really great place now to really get some, he's making really great money, and he's really appreciated where he's at, and he is kind of one of the top guys, and he's really, really educated on what he does now, you know, just 3 years of experience, and he likes it. Want to have more kids? No. I don't know what other way to say that to say nice. No, I do not. If you asked me a few years ago, I would have said yes. But with everything that we're going on with my oldest son, and I only fear that we're going to go through similar things with my younger kids, with 2 kids that are kind of on the IEP spectrum type of thing, that's hard. Getting them all to and from school and back from school, and helping with homework and helping with projects and doing sports and family events and stuff like that, it truly takes up every second of our day. And I am very content with having 4 kids. It's 2 more than most people have. We have 2 boys and 2 girls. We're able to afford things pretty good, I think, with what we have, and I am completely content having the kids that we have. Maybe things will change down the road and I may want one more. You know, I will always say that I always miss being pregnant and things like that, and you know, that those feelings, but the thought of bringing another child in right now just scares the heck out of me. And I think we're good with what we have now. And I mean, I look at people that have more kids and I think they are saints. I look at people that have less kids and I think they're saints. I think being a mom, a parent, it's a tough thing to do. And I saw something the other day that, you know, being a mom isn't a job. It's what you are. You know, you can't quit being a mom. You can't quit being a dad. You have to do that job through thick and thin, good and bad, you know, tears, laughter, everything. And I think that that's so true, that the more kids you have, for us, it's just gotten harder and harder. And I know that I'm going to miss these days one day. I know that before I know it, they're all going to be grown up and pretty self-sufficient, but it gets hard at times, and we are content with where we are. And then she asked a Disney question, and I think that was my last non-Disney question, so I'm going to go on her next one. Yeah. When did you first visit Disney? I first visited Disney in 1998. I was 13 or 14. No, I was 14 or 15. I don't know how old I was. I was a young teenager, and I went with my cousin and her 2 kids and her husband, and I was their nanny, essentially. I was able to let them all ride rides together if their baby couldn't. I watched the babies and the kids every single night so that they could go out with friends, and it was a good time. We stayed off site, you know, whatever. We took our kids for the first time in September of 2013. We went again in April of 2014, and then my husband and I went again just this past December 2014. And we have 1 trip on the horizon for 2016 and 1 trip on the horizon for 2017. Scrappin' for, I'm going to say me, asks, if you had an unlimited amount of money for Walt Disney World, where would you stay and what would you do, buy, etc.? If I had unlimited money for Walt Disney World, I would buy into Disney Vacation Club, and I would buy so that we could go 2 weeks a year at the most expensive time of year, and I would probably buy into Beach Club or Animal Kingdom Lodge. I would stay at one of those probably for one of our trips, and then if on the other trip, we would probably stay in Monorail. I think that the deluxe resorts are nice. I think that they are great with the kitchens and stuff like that, because you can save a ton of money not doing the dining plan. I think the walking access to Hollywood Studios and Epcot is great if you're staying at Beach Club. I think being on the monorail is awesome to go to Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studio, or Magic Kingdom and Epcot. I think they're fantastic. You know, I just really, really like those. Polynesian, I could care less about. Grand Floridian, I really could care less about. We could stay at like the Bay Lake Towers. I think that they're kind of stuffy, but the ability to be on the monorail and maybe have a theme park view is awesome. Wilderness Lodge is another cool one. Boardwalk, I could give or take. It doesn't really bother me. I didn't really love Yacht Club. I think I like Beach Club better. Just the theming and stuff. But yeah, we would probably stay there and have the Disney Vacation Club so that we could go year round. Even if we had tons and tons and tons of money and money wasn't an issue, I still don't think we would do hoppers with the kids because it's just so much to get to another park that with kids too and strollers and everything, I just don't think it's worth it. We truly enjoy a long stay. We like that 10-day type of stay. It's nice to have some rest days, to have some park days, to spread it out over time and not be go, 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 go to the point that you get home and you want to die because you're so tired. Like, that's how it was when my husband and I got back. And I'm telling you, it took me like a week and a half to recover, and then it was Christmas time. So I think that the longer trips are better for us. That's kind of our dream vacation. As for like dining or anything, I'm not sure if we would get the dining plan if we had endless amounts of money. I think we would just go and get wherever we wanted. A couple table services, a couple character meals, some of our favorite quick services, and just honestly, snacks. I think snacks are more fun than the meals. I think some of the meals are just blah. Like, we could eat a Casey's hot dog and be fine, and then go and have some like popcorn and, you know, a treat from Dumbo's and stuff like that. As for shopping, I would love to have like a nice designer Disney bag. I would love to go and buy like a couple phone cases. I would love to buy a ton of ornaments. The villages, I think the villages are really nice. But in all honesty, I feel that I'm blessed when we go to Disney. Like, I mean, it's a sacrifice for us to go. Like, we have to not shop as much and not do things as much and, you know, count our pennies and stuff like that. But it's not to the point that, like, we're eating rice and beans because we go to Disney. So I feel that really blessed in the fact that we go to Disney. It's not that bad. We normally go with enough spending money that I feel that we're okay. We get a couple table service meals. We get a couple quick service meals. We get a couple snacks. I feel that we do Disney great. I really enjoy it. And I think it's nice, too, to not buy everything you want or not try every meal that you want because it makes you look forward to that next trip. Like, we still haven't done it all, and we've gone quite a lot in the past, you know, couple of years. And, excuse me. And I just think that it keeps that, like, excitement alive for Disney. I mean, it's just, like, there's nothing other like it. Brandy McMaster asked, I was going to ask this question a while back. What would your dream vacation be if you won the lottery? So it's kind of been the same thing. Carrie Flores asks, tell us how you guys budget for vacations, please. Also the best ways to save money. Budgeting for vacations. So what we do is every 2 weeks we get paid. We get paid bi-weekly. So the kids get $10 allowance each, the 3 big kids. And immediately $5 comes out, and that is their, now it's their vacation money. It used to be like saving up for a big trip to American Girl or this or that. So now it's their Disney vacation money. They're all in agreement with us. They like this plan. So every 2 weeks I put $5 on a Disney gift card for them. Typically they go with somewhere from $75 to $150. Then they also get another $5. And normally, Aubrey especially, sometimes Casey, they save up money and they'll add more money to their gift card. So that's my kids spending money. They know that that's their money. That's what they have to spend. Typically, my husband and I will give them like $20-ish when we're there of like, okay, this is a special treat from mommy. Like, if I can tell that they're like, they really want something, but they don't want to spend the money on it, I'll get it for them. And that's like their one thing from mommy and daddy. The baby, we give her like $50, if that. Last time I just brought a bunch of stuff and kind of gave it to her and put it in a Disney bag. This year I went to the Disney outlet and they had those little tiny like clip babies that she got last time, and I found 2 of those that I'm going to give her, and then we'll let her pick out like 1 or 2 things. She could care less. She wants to just ride rides and run around. That's all she wants to do at Disney. She wants to just ride Dumbo nonstop. And that's her like ideal vacation. As for me and my husband, we take, so last time, our first trip we had free dining. Our second trip, it was a split stay, so we had dining, the quick service dining package for a portion of it, and then the end of it we didn't have dining. So what we did was every paycheck we took $50 to $100 and bought a Disney gift card. So I use the red card from Target, and that saves 5% every time you buy a gift card. So every $100 that you buy, you're paying $95, which you think in the end, oh, that's not a lot of money, but it adds up. So what I would do is I would buy that gift card and I set it aside. And that was Jeff and I spending money and our food money. So what Jeff and I typically do is we set our budget for what we want for food. And if we're doing the dining plan, then it's paid for already. If we're not doing the dining plan, then I just go into distrippplanner.com and I fill in our meals. I fill in like if we're going to get an appetizer or dessert or whatever, and it gives me a general amount. I will say that it's fairly close. I did it with our exact meals that we did when my husband and I went, and it was off by a little bit, and it was actually off higher than lower, so it works in your favor. And I just fill that in, and so say my total came to $1,050. I personally would want $1,200, and that site includes like your tax, your tips, everything. I personally would want $1,200. So we set our amount of what we want for food in there, and we put that money aside, which is typically somewhere in the like $100 every 2 weeks range, and that gets set aside. And the same thing with like spending money. Typically I'll do like $50 a month for my husband and I as we're saving for a vacation. So he and I typically go with like $100 to $200 a piece. Any holiday, anything, we ask for Disney gift cards for me and the kids. Typically no one gives us Disney gift cards anymore, except for my brother does, my mom does sometimes, but we take those as our spending money as well. And that's a huge way to get money for your kids. We hosted a birthday party for them, their first trip, and we went with $1,400 in gift cards because everyone gave them gift cards. So they're spending and dining, and then you're paying for your vacation. So what I think is the best option to do if you're staying on Disney property, if the Disney dining plan is discounted or free, I think you should get it. For me, for us, for my family, my kids eat, my husband eats like a horse, and it works for us. We can definitely, you get an entree, a dessert, and a drink with every meal. So if we're eating at the resort, we'll get the meal, the drink, and the dessert, and everyone will typically eat their meal first. That's what they have to do. We save the drinks and we put them in the fridge back in our room, and we bring those to the parks during the day. So we typically always get Powerade, and we'll bring those to the parks, or in the morning when the kids are eating their breakfast in room, we'll give them a chocolate milk or an orange juice. That's how we save money in that way, because when you're eating in your resort, you just fill up your mug if you're on the dining plan that you've gotten for free. And then half the time we'll typically split the dessert. So like my husband and I will split a dessert, the kids will split a dessert. And then we end up having, sometimes 3 extra desserts that we take back to our room. And then, if it's a day where we're back early, we'll let the kids have a treat that night before they go swimming or something like that. In the parks themselves, we don't use our snack credits for drinks. We also have a case of water, a case of juice shipped to our resort, or we buy one if we're driving. And we use our snack credits for food. We let the kids get whatever they want. If they want a pretzel, if they want churros, if they want ice cream, whatever they want, they can have it. Typically, they'll share something, like they'll all share a box of popcorn, or they'll split a cupcake between 2 of them. Mickey bars and stuff like that they're on their own. Rice Krispie treats, they'll split those too. And you can really kind of pan that out. So what we like to do, the little tip we learned, is buy your Disney dining plan for part of your stay, and then book 2 separate reservations. And so if you check out of your resort, if your checkout day is technically Saturday, you have the dining plan until Saturday night at midnight. So what we do is throughout the week, have our stuff, and then we cash in on Saturday night. We'll get our last meal, as well as, because we typically have food left over, because typically the kids can share an adult meal and stuff like that, and then we'll get like something like a sandwich or something like that, and we'll use that the next day in the parks. And then we'll do something like T-Rex, where you can buy discount gift cards for Landry's. You can use a Landry's Club and save money there. And then by the end of the week, you're kind of done eating Disney food, and you kind of eat lighter anyways. And then in the end, you're not spending a ton of money. Sorry, my battery died. But then you can stretch your food or, your money towards the end of your vacation, and you have, your gift card saved up or whatever. And then, like, always check for promotions. They are always offering promotions. If you book a Disney vacation, as long as you book it through Disney or a Disney travel agent, you can have the promotion applied after the fact and save money that way. All you need is a $200 deposit to book a room, and just pay over time. We literally take a little bit out of each paycheck and set it aside. Once that account hits $1,000, we take $500 out and we go and we buy Disney gift cards. And at that point, we can buy $525 in Disney gift cards. So, that helps. You can ask for Target gift cards and use those to buy Disney gift cards. There's so many ways to do it. And we literally we live frugally. This year we're actually cutting cable. We literally have like hardly no extras. We go to the dump because it saves money. We turn heat down pretty low. It's cold in the house. And that saves on our electric bill. We are mindful of our water. We try to coupon and shop sales for our food and household items, and really only buy the food that we need. We don't eat fancy. We don't eat frou-frou. We eat basic, and that's how all the kids like to eat. Buying used clothes and used toys and used stuff like that, with the exception of Christmas, that's something that we do. Keeping hand-me-downs. I have all of my older kids' stuff that I save for my little kids. These little things will truly, truly, truly help you save so much money that you can afford a Disney vacation. I won't say that every extra penny that we have goes to Disney, but I'll say that, we pay our bills, we save a little bit. We pay off the little debt that we have, which is I have a very small car loan and I have a student loan. We pay our minimum payment plus a little bit extra to that, and the rest goes to home improvements, fun events for the kids sports, and food, household, and Disney. That's how we do it. That's what makes us happy. In a few years, this probably won't work anymore. We probably won't be as Disney obsessed. But for now, Disney is the perfect vacation place for us. Everyone has fun. Everyone enjoys themselves. It's kind of all-inclusive, we feel, like after you've paid for everything when you're there, if you have the dining plan and the tickets and everything. And it's just a really, really nice way to vacation, we feel. You can, of course, save money by renting Disney Vacation Club points. You can stay off-site. That's a huge way to save money. A lot of people will brown bag their lunches, eat breakfast in the room, and have one meal at the parks. That's a way to do it, too. There's so many ways out there to save money that if it's a priority of yours, do it. I was talking to someone the other day, and I was saying, sometimes I feel like I don't know how I'm going to pay off our next trip. And then I realized we've been taking trips every 7, 8, 9 months. And we somehow managed to do it because we have that determination. We have that oomph that we want to go back so badly, that we're smart with our money and we're frugal. And we feel that if we play hard and save hard and are cheap with our money, we can go for that week and just feel like we're living the life at Disney, because we are getting to vacation at an awesome place. We get to have all this awesome food that we want. We get to, go to the parks and swim, and it's so much fun. And driving, not flying. Driving in a car 24 hours with 4 kids and a husband is hard. It's not easy. However, when you go and look at your bank account and you only spent $400 on gas, it was actually even less than that, and then maybe $150 for one hotel, which we won't do again, and some fast food and stuff like that. When you look at that $500 you spent versus the $1,600, $1,700, and that's on the low end of airline tickets prices, that's huge. I mean, who is going to throw $1,100 out the window and be like, nah, not worth it to me? You know what I mean? So that's another huge way that we save money.